A minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Now, while Meghan trashing seems to be a popular sport at the moment, it also pays to remember her greatest supporter is also a great warrior. I think Harry's the most interesting part of this whole story.
So true.
He's doing his own thing.
True.
He's almost winding everyone up, going, come get me, because I'm after a fight.
Wait, what is going on here? What's going on? Why has everyone got the same skin?
Oh, this is so true. And it is very much like he is just determined to go anti-establishment. He's flicking the V sign to everything that he was brought up by.
So it's not Meghan, it's Harry's fault.
It's Harry, but Harry is redeemable because Harry was in a uniform and he was in a helicopter and he was in Afghanistan. Meghan was only ever in cheap movies.
In reality, the fate of the royal family doesn't rest on Harry or Meghan. There's an order of things and traditions one person can't make or break.
Fact.
Do you think Harry wants out?
Well, he's always said that, if he could, he'd love to be a safari guide. And I'm sure that he does think to himself, what on earth am I doing this for sometimes? But at the end of the day, Catherine's going to be the Queen and Meghan is going to always have to curtsy to her.
Will there be any dramas there?
Oh, there's always going to be dramas. I mean, it's... But...
And I guess I just have a few thoughts. First up, it really doesn't need Piers Morgan to be catastrophic.
What?
Be catastrophically awful just to please his employers at Mail Online because they have a grudge because of what happened in the courts with Mail on Sunday. I don't think that helps anyone, and I don't think it's very consistent with hashtag Be Kind and everything he ever said about Caroline Flack. Number two, I think we have to accept if you put yourself out there, not everyone's going to like you all the time or like everything that you've had to say. It seems that Harry and particularly Meghan only want favourable stuff said about them, and if it's anything else, they don't like it. They don't like it. That's not how this all works. And finally, at a much more human level, I would just hate to be either one of those two. How on earth are they going to find happiness ever, where they've cut themselves off to their whole family, they've been rude and cruel about their grandparents or parents, and they found themselves isolated in a fabricated world that is LA, which is at best an illusion and at worst some sort of horrific vanity exercise. I wonder, if you have these moments with your family that are really lovely, really lovely, really special, when did you ever feel the need to have an external photographer there to show the world how blissfully happy you were? Last time you were alone with your partner and you were really happy, did you have a camera crew come and record that? And last time you needed to say something to your mum or to your grandma, did you need to have Oprah in to do that? Or did you just pick up the phone and say, look, I'm sorry for all the shit that's happened, can we sort this out? But you can think many things of those guys. You can think they're great, you can think they're awful. One thing I can say for certain is that they'll never really be happy, not sure what they were looking for. I don't think they really know themselves, but I don't think they're ever going to find it, and certainly not with each other.
Going into his back. And it's a really dramatic account. And of course, it's completely one-sided. We haven't heard Prince William's side of this. It could be very different indeed.
Fact.
But it's really bad. You know, we knew things were bad between them. We knew they'd had arguments, but we never knew things had got to this physical level. And it's really extraordinary. And to be clear, you know, if this happened to me in the street now, this would be an assault. And with the injury, it would probably be actual bodily harm.
This is so cute. Say hello, girlies. Say hey.
What's up, dog?
Oh, don't take your eyes off the road, buddy boy.
We good. We coolin'.
We coolin'.
You know, this is really serious stuff. What's so terribly unfair about this, and we will see this with the book in general, is it's a completely one-sided account.
Shit, I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
Kensington Palace, Buckingham Palace, they've made clear that they're not going to comment because they don't want to get into a he said type row. So, but these are going to be left hanging, and it's just like with the Oprah Winfrey interview where he made these serious allegations and they were left hanging against the royal family. So it's very damaging and grossly unfair.
We do not care.
What wasn't said in this leaked extract published by The Guardian was the context around this altercation.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Remember that this was the time we know there were allegations of bullying being made against Meghan by members of their staff.
No.
And these were staff that were shared between William and Catherine and Harry and Meghan. And we've heard in the past how there was great disquiet with William and Catherine about how staff were being treated.
Okay.
And it sounds like that may have been the reason why William went round there. So, you know, the reason he was very concerned about what was going on, about Meghan's behaviour, was because of these allegations against his staff. I think that really does put a different complexion on things. This leak to The Guardian wasn't the only one. There's also been a leak, despite all this great security we've heard about. There's also a leak to the New York Post, which relates back to that old incident, you might remember, where Harry dressed up for a fancy dress party in a Nazi uniform. Now, what he says in his book is that he did it. It wasn't just him. He was advised to wear this costume by William and Catherine. It's pathetic, isn't it? You know, it's like a child in a playground. It's, you know, it wasn't me, they told me to do it. I mean, he was a grown man at the time. He was an adult. Surely we can decide what we wear to a party. So it really, I must admit, when I heard this on the radio this morning, I laughed out loud. I thought it was quite sad.
Well, duh.
I mean, what's astonishing is this time of year, January, is usually a time of relaxation for the royal family. You know, they're on holiday, and instead they're having to read this, hear this on a daily basis. You know, we've had 2 or 3 trailers already for interviews, and they certainly seem to be interesting. You know, we've had Harry accusing the royal family of refusing to make it up to him, refusing to reconcile. And he's clearly referring to incidents like this one with Prince William. But my goodness, you know, what is going to be... First we've got the interviews, and then 2 days later we're going to have the book. And then 2 days later we're going to have the book. So it sounds like there's going to be so much to have to deal with. It could stretch on, you know, way towards the coronation, which is May.
Helicopter, helicopter!
And Harry makes clear in one of these interviews that he hasn't decided whether to attend the coronation or not. On the one hand, they love to attend the royal events, Harry and Meghan do. It shows they're still part of the royal family.
We do not care.
You know, it's good for future business. But remember that the coronation is different. It's not like the Queen's funeral. At the coronation, he will be there to swear his allegiance to the new monarch. He'll be seated separately from Meghan, because all the dukes and the lords who will be swearing allegiance will be seated together.
What are you doing in there?
And that's a big thing for him to have to do.